Grace and peace, everybody. It's me, Jason. Welcome back. Hopefully, you all had a fantastic weekend, a great Saturday. And I wanted to thank you for spending a little bit of time with me on today. So, today I'm doing my first ever live book review with the actual author. So, that's going to be something cool. So, if you just saw, I did my book review of, fix my light. My camera looks real suspect over here. I did my book review of the Terra Prime book series that I affectionately call the Intergalactic Home Alone series. And it's an excellent book series for children and young readers and such. So I did that. And thankfully, I have the author on, and we're going to sit down and have a little conversation about it. So, since I think my camera looks okay over there, but let's see. Maybe this camera looks a little bit better. That camera looks way better. What's going on, Mr. Patrick? How are you?
How are you doing, Jason? Thanks so much for having me on.
Hey, no problem. And thank you for coming on today. Thank you so much. All right. So let's just jump right into it. So you are the author, of course, of the Terra Prime series. And I do want to apologize because I did the review of the first three books. And I think 2 or 3 days later, the fourth book, which is over your shoulder, by the way, came, and I didn't get a chance to add it to the video. So I apologize for that. But I think I did a decent job of explaining the first three. So hopefully we can sell the other one. People will go ahead and grab the fourth one as well. But
yeah,
how are you doing today?
That was a great review. Thank you so much. And I really appreciate the Intergalactic Home Alone.
I was like, man, this is exactly what I was thinking. Like, this would be, if they redid Home Alone Intergalactic, trust me, they're going to steal your stuff. So make sure you copyright that, because Disney has no shame. They will steal that stuff from you in a second.
That's right.
All right. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you?
Sure. So I'm a Reformed Baptist, and I'm a husband, and I have 2 daughters. They are now 7 and 10. And I am also a music teacher. And as my daughters were growing up, we found it was really hard to find quality children's books. It's a hard search, and especially to find things that do not have an agenda. And something that my wife and I were just talking about before this stream, there's a lot of darkness and there's a lot of gray areas in children's literature right now that we wanted to get away from that and just bring wholesome, family-friendly stories. So that's why I wrote it.
I love it. I love it. All right. So you're a music teacher. Why did you write something about music or something about in your genre? Why did you write about space?
Sure. So my dad was, I think, the biggest science fiction fan I've ever met. And so I was raised, I think we're pretty much the same age.
It's possible.
I was raised on Buck Rogers, Battlestar Galactica,
Absolutely.
Space 1999, all those serial adventures. And even, I mean, if you want to go big, Star Wars and Star Trek. But I can remember when I was 6 years old, I would wake up, I think at 5 o'clock in the morning on Saturdays, and I would lay down and I would watch the old Flash Gordon serials that were about 30 minutes long. They were black and white, and they were filled with crazy aliens and adventures.
It was so campy. It was so campy.
I wanted to do that again for this new generation, but make it family friendly. I know a lot of, when I think back on all the science fiction I read, not much of it was family friendly, and not much of it was accessible to young ages. So that's really what's behind these books. I don't know if you're familiar. You were a teacher, so I don't know if you're familiar with the Magic Treehouse books.
I am.
But that was pretty much what I wanted to follow. I wanted something that was really easy for beginning readers, that was 10 short chapters with a picture in every chapter. And I really just wanted to introduce kids to science fiction in a really family-friendly way.
I think you did a great job. So let me ask you a question, because I asked this, I think when we talked before. Had you thought about how this could be expanded out, and how this could be even elevated up for middle schoolers or even high schoolers or anything like that? Had you considered that? Or,
you know, when I watched your review, I thought that is really a great idea. The problem is we have a couple things on the back burner right now.
I got you.
The Terra Prime adventures are first and foremost, and after this fourth book, the fifth one should be coming at the beginning of 2023, and it's
Hmm.
a trilogy about some aliens that they meet on the planet that haven't been revealed yet.
Okay.
And then I have another trilogy after that about some space dragons.
Oh my.
So that's, I mean, another 6 books. And then I also started a Middle Ages series that's more Christian focused,
Got you.
about animals. So
Hmm.
similar to like an S.D. Smith or a Redwall series.
Got it.
Um, and my daughters really want to see me write more of that. I've written snippets of that, and they love it. But that
Okay.
one is definitely more of like a C.S. Lewis or a Hobbit kind of extended adventure.
Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we will be right here. I think we'll be right here. Now, are they space dragons? You did say space dragons.
Space dragons coming soon.
All right, Susie, space dragons coming to a bookshelf near you. So be ready. Make sure you're on the reading list, on the email list. Space dragons. Okay. I gotta make sure I put my glasses because I don't think I even put my glasses so I can hear that correctly. I love it. I love it. All right. So have you written anything before this, or is this your first major writing? Like, tell us about that.
Man, that's a long story.
Okay.
So in first
Give us a
grade,
snippet.
sure, in first grade, I wanted to be an author, and I wrote a story and won an award for the boy who wanted a puppy.
I love it.
and then and then writing was on the back burner after that. I
Sure.
got more practical. I wanted to be a computer scientist, and then I ended up going to college, and then later dropping out to be an airline pilot.
Oh,
Um, and after that, I ended up becoming a music teacher. And when my girls were born, that's really where I started thinking about writing again. And when we started reading all the children's books that we read, I really thought I want to do this. There's so little quality um, fiction out there for kids. Some of the things that we've really enjoyed. I don't know. Are you familiar with the Happy Hollisters at all?
I believe I've heard of that. I can't say emphatically, but I want to say I've heard that name. But
Sure.
tell me about it.
It's a series of books. I think they were written in the 1950s, but it's just really wholesome kids entertainment about families that solve mysteries. And those were books that really my daughters really loved. There's also a series called the Geraldine Wilkins books that
Hmm.
my girls really love, about a mouse, and that one is actually very explicitly Christian and teaches a lot of great lessons for
Okay.
kids. So that kind of stuff. The S.D. Smith books, if you're familiar with the work that he's done,
Yep.
Rabbits with Swords. So when I started discovering that there is quality books out there for kids, I wanted to be a part of that, and especially since there's nothing out there that's science fiction oriented.
Okay. I got you. Now, TD, in the day and age that we're in, we got to expose kids to everything under the living sun. So why are you not exposing them to all of these high level, age inappropriate, basically debauchery? Why are you not doing that? Why are you not doing that? Come on, all the
Sure.
cool kids are doing it.
I'm a Christian. I mean, I'm going to write what glorifies God,
Amen.
and I also want books. Again, I want books that are agenda free,
Yes,
that parents can know that every new one that comes out, they can give it to their 6-year-old, and they won't have any issues with it.
love it. Is that uh your um your level, your rule of thumb? Like if you can give it to a 6-year-old without blushing, then it's a good book.
Yeah, I mean, this is a unique series. It's in that unique, very thin chapter book
Yeah,
range. So I would say, from the feedback that I've gotten from people who have read the book and become fans, they've read it to as young as 4 as a read aloud, and they've
gotcha.
enjoyed it. And then some as old as 12 or 13 have read it and really enjoyed it.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Now, as it relates to pre-work, if you will, how long did it take you to write this?
I would say so. I originally wrote them for my daughters.
Hmm.
My daughter's had an interest in science fiction because I love it. I mean, I've loved it all my life. So I introduced them to Star Wars. I introduced them to a little of Star Trek.
Okay. Okay.
We got the old Lost in Space,
There you go.
uh,
Lost in Space is great.
the really old black and white Lost in Space. And then I started to write book one. And I want to say book one came pretty quickly. I probably wrote that in about 6 months.
Okay.
And then
I
I
can dig
just
it.
kept writing. And
There you go.
I wrote books two, book three, and book four within a year to a year and a half, I would say.
Okay. Okay.
And then we started publishing them last year. So it's been quite a ride.
I love it. I love it. If you don't mind, if you're in the chat, please feel free to post any questions that you might have for TD.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure that he'd be more than happy to answer the questions. I'm going to do something unheard of. I'm going to take a commercial break. I'm gonna real quick check on somebody real quick. Un momento, por favor. That was the worst commercial break in the world because it was like no commercial. Like there was nothing there. Like I let you guys down. I let you down. I'm sorry about that. All right. So Whitaker Park had a question. So sorry about that. And she was gonna come in and actually jump on the stream, but she's not ready. So we'll see. Maybe she'll jump on her phone. All right. So it took you about a year to write the books, okay, and so forth. I like that. What would you say was the biggest hurdle, if you will, in putting this together? It could be writing, it could be fun
Yeah.
publishing, whatever.
Yeah. I would say our biggest challenge was finding the right illustrator.
Okay.
And I think you guys can tell me, I think we succeeded. Jodis Jayan has blown us out of the water. From the beginning, his work has just gotten better and better. And I can't wait for everyone to see book five because book five is leaps and bounds above even these, which I love. I mean, I love what he's done with book four here. That's
Right.
really intense. And that's where we wanted to go. We started, I mean, you've read the books. We
Hmm.
started at a low intensity level and then we started to raise it. And by book four, we're getting fairly intense, but still
I
in a
agree.
family friendly way.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Now, I will say, what in the world? Why are the names like they are? You got some really interesting names in the book. The little creatures that you found. Come on, man. You could just call them things. Come on, man.
Which, hey, Zach had to name them.
Oh, like, good gracious. But that'd be my only pushback. I'm just kidding. All right. All right, real quick. Looks like Lindsay asked a question. Are there any people looking for other illustrators, or how would an illustrator find this kind of work? Excellent question.
That's a really great question. When we were looking for illustrators, we reached out in Facebook in different groups for children's authors. We also looked on websites where illustrators can sell their work. So we basically looked everywhere we could, trying to find the best fit for us. And honestly, sometimes that's hard because people will do a portfolio and some of the work will be right exactly what you want and then other parts of their work won't be at all what you want. So
Right.
finding Jodis was an amazing find for us.
Did you, and I guess to follow up to help Lindsay out, did you find Jodis through a Facebook group or did you go through Fiverr? Where'd you find them?
Yeah,
Okay.
so we found another illustrator through a Facebook group and ended up not using them. And Jodis we found through Fiverr, and now we're working outside of Fiverr because
Got it.
we love him and we want to stick with him.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Hopefully that answers your question. Lindsay is a very dedicated fan of the Dear Will Christian channel. So she's always commenting and such like that. So hopefully that will help her out as well. All right. So is this a family effort? You've mentioned you and your wife. You say we quite a bit. So is this is this the whole Patrick clan? So you're writing, wife is editing and finding illustrators, and kids are reading it to make sure the swashbuckling mice make sense? What?
Yeah, so it definitely is a family affair. I do write all the books, but then my family's involved with every other part of the process. from the editing to the looking. When we get the illustrations, the feedback on the illustrations is the entire family, and even the directions the books are going. I try to. I want my I want my kids to be surprised, but at the same time, I also want to tell them a little bit of what's coming to see if that piques their interest.
Got it. Okay. So you would say, hey, child one, hey, child two, are you interested in swashbuckling mice or space dragons? Which one do you like more?
Space Dragons. There you go.
Space
Yep.
dragons one. Okay, I got you. I totally get it now. I see how this thing came together. I love it. No, that was excellent, man. Thank you so much. I'm trying to see if there's any questions. Somebody said, Holly said that the mouse book is Geraldine Wilkins. Okay. I
Oh,
think
maybe I said that wrong.
okay. I think
That's
we
my
were talking
wonderful
earlier
wife
about
right
that.
there.
Oh, I guess you do know her. Okay. Well, cool. I appreciate her coming in and commenting, giving us some good insight. As you're looking forward to, I mean, you kind of gave us a good idea of some of the series that you have going on and so forth like that. Do you have any ideas or any intentions of branching off in other directions? Let's say that you're able to churn these books out at a nice clip. You got your illustrations going. Publishing is happening like that. Do you ever see this thing venturing out elsewhere or branching out?
Yeah, I mean, I would love that. We've been discussing how to do study guides for homeschool groups, because these books really are STEM based. Um,
Okay.
and you had mentioned that in your review, but yeah, there are so many STEM issues that could be discussed while you're talking about these books. We've also I really envision it as like a Magic Treehouse series where, I mean, I've already got ideas for the next 6 books. I'd like to take
Mhm.
it, I mean, up to 50 books. So kids will have a whole collection of books that will just immerse them in this world. Um, and just speaking on how much I love your channel, I really want this to be a real idea of real diversity and not some kind of forced diversity, because
Mhm.
this is literally the planet coming together and putting all these people on a ship and sending them
Yep.
off to another part of the galaxy. So as you've seen, there's a lot of people from all over the world
Mhm.
mixing and interacting, and so
There
I'm
are.
really excited to continue to expand that world and grow the list of characters.
I love it. Um, okay, and I will say this. A book with a visual diagram of the main ship and once the main ship landed on the planet, a visual diagram of where everything is and how it all looks, and like that tear apart visual. You've seen those books where they show the ship and they show like a cutaway and they show
Yeah.
you all the different decks. I'm trying to tell you, that would be a winner. That would be
Nice.
a winner.
We
Yeah.
and you know, that's great that you said that, because my girls have already said I need a field guide that
Yep.
incorporates all those different kind of things about all the books we've done so far.
I agree. I agree 100%. It will give you a good, I mean, you can work on your world building and such like that. What's the planet
Yeah,
like? So on and
yeah,
so forth, where they started, where they met this particular entity, and so on and
sure.
so forth. That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and
But
especially with what they're going to be meeting in these next two trilogies.
there you go. Space dragons. Hashtag
They're
space
coming.
dragons. If you put space dragons in the comment section, I'll send you some extra indulgences. Um, no, I love it. I love it, man.
There is
That's
also, I'm sorry, I
no
did
good.
also want to mention, if people didn't see it, I did put the giveaway in the comment section because it's a quick 3-part thing. If you
Listen,
like and follow my author page on Facebook, and then if you join my email list at tdpatrick.com, then just send me an email at terraprimeadventures@gmail.com and tell me you did that, and we will send the first 2 people that email me the first book.
I love it. Am I going crazy? Where is this?
It's the first comment on the chat.
On the chat. Am I going crazy?
Hopefully everybody can see
It
it.
says, hello, everyone. There's TD
That's me.
Patrick here. Here's our free giveaway, but I don't see a link or
Oh
anything.
no, right under that, it says what to do.
Okay. I'm going to pretend like I can see that because I'm going crazy. All right. It's user error. You all see it, then that's all that matters. You know why? All right. I'm going to pin this to the top. All right. Everybody go, make sure you go like his Facebook page. check out his, sign up for his newsletter, as well as send him an email. I love it.
And that's it. That's all you got to do. First 2 people that respond will give you the first book for free.
I like it. I like it a lot. What else you want us to know about you, about your efforts, what you're trying to do? How can we support you? All that kind of good jazz. What else?
Yeah, thank you. The biggest thing that we can do, and honestly, when I say this, I'm thinking of the Green Ember series and S.D. Smith,
Mm-hmm.
who is in a similar spot. He's a Christian. He's writing mainly for the homeschool audience, even though my series is really general audiences, but homeschoolers are near and dear to my heart. We've already been to 2 conventions, and we love connecting with all the homeschoolers. But really, just buy the books, enjoy the books, and then please review them on Amazon. That's the biggest thing, is reviews for the first, second, third, and fourth. And then tell all your friends.
Okay. Is
That's
there,
it.
are you on like Goodreads or anything? Can we, I know I've been using Goodreads to do all my reviews,
I
but,
want to say that my wife is. I manage the Facebook page,
got it.
and then we both work on the Twitter and the Instagram, and I think she has done Goodreads as well.
Okay. Well, yeah, let me know and I will make sure to follow you, because that's where I keep all my books for my
Okay.
book a week. And I will make sure that I add you to it, and then people can see other things I read, because I can add those that I've read those books
Okay,
in there.
cool.
I don't think I've seen those. So definitely, but do the review on Amazon, and
Yeah.
hopefully it'll also be on Goodreads, on the Facebook page, on the Twitter, and the Instagram.
Yeah,
Is that right?
we feel so blessed that I think we have right now 71 5-star reviews for book 1.
Oh, well,
So
let's see if we can try that.
we just want to build those reviews up for the other books.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Then let's see if we can get it to 100. Let's see if we can do that, people.
Yeah.
That'd be great. And I'm looking on Goodreads. Sorry about that. No, that's great. Um, and then of course I put the link in the description for your own, for your page as well, so everybody can make sure they can follow you, see anything new things that you're doing and such like that is on your bio as well. Or is there a good place if we wanted to follow you? The best place to be is your newsletter. What's the best
Yeah,
way?
so I would say the newsletter, and then following my Facebook page, because
Love it.
I'm in direct control of my Facebook page, and that's usually where I post everything first, along with the newsletter.
Got it. I'm all about it. I love it. Well,
Cool.
TD Patrick, I thank you so very much for taking your time on this Saturday to wrap with us and tell us a little bit about this Terra Prime adventure. I'm hoping that lots of people will check it out and give you some feedback. And anything you want to say before we get ready to duck out of here?
Cool. No, that's good. Thank you so much, Jason, for having me on. And anyone who's watching, check out the books. I think you'll love them.
I agree. I agree 100%. So thanks so much. Let me close this out and I'll be right back. Thank you all very much for stopping by tonight. Hopefully you'll get a chance to check out the books. I do believe that you'll find them very beneficial for your young and your curious readers. And let me know what you think. Feel free to let him know, as well as on his Amazon and his Facebook and his Twitter and his Instagram, as well as follow his newsletter. So lots of good ways to keep up with TD Patrick and find out where this Terra Prime adventure is going to be. So look forward to talking to you real soon, everybody. Grace and peace. Take care.